What happens when you come across someone or something you'd prefer to avoid in the woods?
I've been stabbed, I've been hanged 3 times. Each time they hang me to I'm about dead and I have to go.
Got it. Just been busted.
Tonight, we will delve into the 6 scariest camping encounters that would terrify you. Case number 1. Todd Champion created the YouTube channel Camping with Champion, where he showcases stealth camping in unusual places. His adventures are usually successful, but on August 30th, 2025, he encountered a situation that was much more unsettling than anything he had faced before.
In my spot, oh my gosh, thought I saw someone. I'm back in my spot. That same guy that I saw earlier when I went to check the dumpsters was back again. I was just trying to get some like cool shots riding the scooter or whatever, and he just popped up out of nowhere. And then he started asking me like, he's like, do you need me to help you film or something like that? Did I want him to hold the camera or something? I was like, no, I'm good. Then he was like, where are you camping at? And I was just like, just down the road. Like, I shouldn't even have said that much, but. And then he asked me if I wanted someone else to camp with you. Like, what? Dude. What the crap? That was nuts.
Earlier, Todd checked his surroundings to ensure he was alone at the campsite, but it turned out he wasn't. At first, he didn't think it was a big deal, so he decided to settle in for the night and make a meal. But the night had more in store for him.
Eating, then we'll read comments from last week's video. That guy's back. You hungry?
No.
I got a sandwich here.
I was just walking around until daylight.
Really?
The same man walked into Todd's hidden campsite again, but this time the situation took a more disturbing turn as he began rambling nonsensically. Take a look for yourself.
That's my life. I've been shot, I've been stabbed, I've been hanged 3 times. Each time they hang me to I'm about dead and I have to go.
Yeah.
I don't know what made me walk down this way.
Got any kids or anything?
I got 4 kids.
How old?
Twin boys, 13. 2 girls, 16 and 15.
I got 2 boys.
Well, don't miss the little things in life. And just them growing up, man.
Yeah.
I miss mine.
I used to be a truck driver and I quit because my kids were little. Trying to do this, maybe I can do something better, you know.
Did you someone with you to help you do it?
My wife. I've been married for 15 years. Before I met my wife, dude, I was bad. I probably wouldn't still be around if I hadn't met my wife. That way.
All right, well.
Or if they call. Good meeting you, brother.
Mm-hmm.
See ya.
I'm walking away from the house.
So he just left. I'm packing up my stuff and I'm getting out of here. We talked.
Seeing the man's behavior, Todd felt uneasy and quietly took out his knife, keeping it hidden but ready in case things got dangerous. After a while, the man chose to leave, and Todd quickly started packing up his gear to leave too. But that's when things got really scary.
Again, while I was packing up, just showed me some little rechargeable fan thing he had. It was really small, it's kind of neat. But I can see him walking down the highway now. I'm getting out of here. We'll talk more once I get somewhere I feel safe.
Eventually, Todd left the campsite and the encounter concluded without any violence. However, the next day, Todd decided to look up the man online and what he discovered was truly unsettling.
I was actually able to look the guy up, and I found some drug charges from last month where he was arrested. So I'm thinking he probably had just gotten out of jail and was wandering around. He may not be completely homeless, I don't know. I would like to say that the guy, he seemed okay when I was talking to him. Yeah, there were some things, you know, like there were some times when he seemed pretty normal, pretty okay. And then there was other times where he was saying some weird stuff. So that's really why I left. I mean, he may be the nicest guy in the world. I don't know. Another thing is that he told me he was an Iraqi war veteran. I thanked him for his service, offered him, made sure he had food and something to drink. He was all good. But he told me he had PTSD, and then sometimes he didn't know what he was doing. Like he would lose control, thinking he was in war. Said he'd been banned from Walmart for having episodes in there. So it's like I couldn't. I really didn't want to be out there with him if he goes into one of these episodes. I have no idea if any of that was true or not. All I can do is take him on his word, you know? So I really didn't want to take a chance of being out there and he have an episode. I'm the only person out there at night that he knows of, you know? So
This shows how dangerous the situation could have been. Fortunately, he trusted his instincts and left before anything occurred. This serves as a reminder that camping can be unpredictable, and even quiet nights can suddenly change because you never know who you'll encounter. Case number 2. On May 11th, 2025, the creator of the YouTube channel Deer River Wild, known for his minimalist lifestyle and off-grid videos, experienced something unsettling. He set up trail cameras around his cabin to watch wildlife while he was away. However, when he reviewed the footage, he discovered something disturbing. The intruder stayed on the property for about 2 minutes examining the area. Although nothing was stolen, the fact that someone entered without permission in such a remote place was unsettling. What was even more alarming was that he knew there was a camera but didn't try to hide his face at all. This event caused a different kind of fear compared to paranormal or wildlife encounters. Who was the man and why was he there? Was he just curious or was he looking for something else? As a result, the YouTuber decided to clean up the area, reposition the trail cameras more discreetly, and became more cautious. Case number 3. Meet the creator of the YouTube channel Backpacking UK, known for his passion for camping. On August 19th, 2023, he embarked on a wild camping trip that took a terrifying turn.
Got it. Just been busted. Really busted. Like 3 guys Land Rover busted. Oh dear. Have to keep it quiet. Oh dear. Well, campers, that was an experience, but a good one. It's out of the way now. It's the first time I've been busted, so oh god, nearly got shot. Fucking hell. Oh dear god. This old guy with a gun, someone in a suit, and then the backup team, which I weren't going to mess with them, just asking what the I was doing. Oops, not good. Basically, what happened was, tent pitched up, everything out. I was, like I said, I was in a fire break. Came, I could see there's a car, so I like ducked down. And yeah, he clearly knew where I was. And I just apologised straight away. It's like, there's no point being aggy about it. You know, you just got to put your hands up. Just, sorry, you know, bit of an idiot. Felt an idiot, that's for sure. You know, won't happen again, type thing, which it won't. God, I didn't realise it was a shoot in Woodland. Didn't know that at all. Get a bullet in the brain, how am I going to explain that to the missus? Oh dear me.
His peaceful wild camp was suddenly interrupted when 3 men confronted him, escalating to a terrifying situation where he nearly got shot. He had unknowingly set up his tent in a shooting area. This encounter highlights the unpredictable dangers of the wild and the importance of knowing your surroundings. Though he left unharmed, the feeling of unease lingered. Case number 4. On November 13th, 2023, Vanessa Black, a popular YouTuber from Wild Woman Bushcraft, returned to her favorite campsite, only to find a heartbreaking scene instead of the peace and beautiful views she expected.
Jag vet inte vad jag sa så. Det kan inte vara så. Weißt du, dass ich Vanessa? Na, deswegen nicht. Ich bin gerade am meinem... Nein, das ist pfui.
Witnessing the destruction of all your hard work can be incredibly painful. Vanessa Black, still reeling from the devastation of her bushcraft camp, stumbled upon something even more troubling.
So there is a notification with my name on it. Mrs. Blank, learned nothing, short trousers, and then something I can't read. I'm not sure what really stand there. I wanna piss at you or I wanna visit you. It's such a ugly writing, I'm not sure if I read everything. So you was not there, what a pity. Your camp is not damaged and it's your fault, we see us. So it was something that know me, that know my camp. Nein, geh nicht ein, nein. And just want to destroy it because it's mine. What an asshole. Here is shit. I had to cover it that I doesn't step inside. And the only thing which is not so much damaged is the roof. So it's not so long ago when I covered it with moss I spent a whole day for it, only for the cover, because I have to collect the moss. But everything else is just broken, destroyed.
It was clear that the individual behind this knew her well. The real enigma, though, lies in who executed it and the reasons behind her being targeted. Case number 5. Meet Paul from the YouTube channel, Paul and a Pack. He loves camping and hiking. Recently, he documented his 149-day journey on the Pacific Crest Trail, but on day 104, something scary occurred.
So I've just come from this direction, walking down this trail here, and to the side of me is this big volcanic feature. I'm going to guess it's either a sill or a dike. I can't remember the difference between them. But just through here on some of the rocks, there seems to be a big pile of, it kind of looks like trash, but it also looks like it could be a sleeping bag. And I can't see anyone there. It's just a little bit strange, so I'm just going to have a wander in and make sure that there's nothing nasty going on. Hello? Oh my goodness me. Oh no. Oh no. I'm not sure if I've just found a body or not.
Initially, he believed he had encountered something unusual, but as he approached to take a closer look, he uncovered the true nature of what lay before him.
Well, that was something I didn't expect at all. I've heard of it happening a couple of times on the trail this year so far, but I didn't think it would happen to me. I've just found somebody's remains at the side of the trail. And when I say the side of the trail, kind of like off that side of the trail, maybe 50 feet or so. I thought it was a pile of trash to start with, and I thought I would just go and investigate. When I got closer to it, it became obvious that it was the remains of a hiker. There was a backpack there, a sun umbrella, some trekking poles, and then I spotted the leg bones completely stripped. The tent was there, you know, all the sort of stuff you would associate with a through hiker or a long section hiker. And then when I turned around to leave the scene to get back to the trail to figure out what to do, that's when I spotted the skull. And that just obviously confirmed everything. There was a couple behind me, Adam and Jennifer, thank goodness. They helped me out, and Adam called 911. He had a little bit of service, and there's some deputies coming out.
The encounter was disturbing as the body was found near the main trail and appeared to have been there for some time, raising the question of how it went unnoticed. After the police arrived, Paul chose not to film or share pictures, hoping his discovery would bring closure to the family searching for their loved one. Case number 6. On May 19th, 2025, Dixie, the creator of the YouTube channel Homemade Wanderlust, embarked on her usual adventure along the Arizona Trail. As night fell, she decided to camp overnight, unaware of the frightful night ahead.
Thank you. Get. No, it wasn't okay. Is that a skunk? Hey, bro. Get. No. Get. Shoo. Get. Please don't stink up my. Son of a. Don't mess me.
A skunk was outside her tent, scratching and hissing as it tried to get in. Dixie tried to scare it off, but the skunk showed no signs of fear and refused to leave.
Get. There's a skunk attacking my tent! Get back! Get back! Yeah, there's a skunk, like, attacking my tent. He's hissing at me and... A skunk! Trying to get in! Get back! Get back! He's gonna bust through! Get back! Oh my god. I don't know. He keeps circling and coming back. I don't see him right this second. But he keeps coming up to my netting and trying to bite through. My food bag is in the bear bag, or in the bear thing. I was... You think he has rabies? I'm so sorry to get y'all up, but like, I recorded this. I'm gonna show y'all him biting at this tent. Oh my God. I have never had anything like that happen.
The way it approached her fearlessly made her realize something was wrong. It left when other campers rushed to her after her scream. Although unharmed, she couldn't shake the fear of what could happen if bitten, as rabies is deadly and hard to treat without early intervention. The next morning, she recounted the terrifying encounter, but continued her hike alone on the Arizona Trail.
There is someone in the car. I hope he doesn't mind me camping here on his ground. And it was the first time I didn't really feel 100% safe.
Definitely doesn't look like a fox. Odd.
So all of a sudden, she just sat up, looked at the other side of the shelter, started growling, and then moved over that way. And that's when I followed her.
I don't know if they're camping over there, maybe. There's not a lot that scares me out.
In this video, I get a rude awakening whilst out stealth van camping in the woods.
Cars just pulled up and it sounds like they're walking around the van.
And whilst this was scary enough, they tried to lock me inside my own van. I just really don't understand why someone would try to imprison me in my own van. But before we get to...
Right, let me put the camera down.
Now this is interesting, I didn't actually notice this at the time, but if you look at that fuel cap there...
In this video, we look at 6 of the most disturbing camping encounters ever captured on camera, where ordinary nights in tents, cabins, and vans turned into unforgettable nightmares. From strangers approaching in the dark to unexplained sounds and human footprints outside sleeping shelters, these are moments that shattered any sense of safety. Case number 1. Valerie from the YouTube channel Adventure Travel and Raw Moments uploaded this on July 20th, 2023, filmed in Kazakhstan. She had hitchhiked all day to the rural fields near Aristan Bab, hoping for a peaceful first night in her new tent. But what happened before sunrise became one of the scariest moments of her one-year trip.
Not really accessible because of a stream, but there was another field with a view of the mosque. Okay, I found a good spot here on the field. I have to be quick now though, because the sun is setting and I don't want to use my light because then the mosquitoes will bite me. There are already some horses here next to me, but you can't see them, I guess. That's so cool. I love this place already. And I'm gonna see the mosque in the morning. Okay. Salam, my beautiful horses. That was a nice encounter. I really hope they come back tomorrow in the morning and wake me up. The horses are watching me.
Soon after setting up her tent, a car appeared. A farmer and his wife came out. They owned the field. They even scrolled through her personal photos by accident and kept asking for her WhatsApp, Instagram, and YouTube. Something felt wrong, but she smiled and stayed friendly.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Kata Rahmat, thank you. Bye. What was that? It was so weird. Okay, so obviously these people are the owner of the field and the horses. So they came to check on them and they saw my tent and I was already watching the horses. So I went outside to speak with them and ask them if it's okay that I sleep here on their field. And we Google Translate for maybe like half an hour and it didn't really work. Maybe they spoke an accent or something. I don't know. Anyways, I couldn't really understand it, but we were passing my phone all the time and then all of a sudden he switched to photos. I don't know, maybe probably by accident, but he started scrolling through all of my pictures and he was so interested in seeing where I was. And also he really wanted to know what am I doing here, whether I would not like to sleep in a homestay instead, and like what about my parents, am I married? This is also the question I get every time, like what's my name, and then are you married? Like everyone, eventually I got my phone back. They were so interested and they wanted to have my WhatsApp number. I don't know why. And yeah, eventually they left and then they returned and I was like,
when they left, she tried to relax, but the night felt different. Every sound outside hit the thin tent walls.
I can't believe.
Around 3 a.m., she woke to a voice right outside the tent.
I just called this man friendly. I'm so disappointed. It's 3 a.m. I heard a noise, someone was saying something. I opened the door of my tent and then he was there again, like very close.
She opened the door a little and saw the same farmer standing only inches away. He made kissing noises and tried to push himself inside her tent.
And he was like making a kissing gesture. And I said, what? I was still like, I didn't understand what was going on because I just woke up. And he really tried to go into my tent. And I had to stop him and push him away. And he said, what are you doing? No. I clearly said, no. And he wouldn't understand, like he wouldn't want to understand. I was like in such a shock because I didn't get why, like what was happening, and I kept saying no, and he wanted to still like come inside. Eventually he said, yeah, phone to speak, like Google Translate, and I said, no, leave me alone, no, go.
After almost 5 long minutes, he finally walked back to his car. The silence that followed was even worse because she did not know if he would return.
Go. And I think I said this for 2 minutes straight until he finally left. But man, I've never had that before. And
she stayed awake, gripping her cutlery like a weapon, listening for every sound.
Yeah, now he went back into his car. I don't know, will he return or not? So it's a bit stupid situation right now. And I mean, so sad because they were friendly and stuff, but this really destroyed it, unfortunately. And it was the first time I didn't really feel 100% safe. I mean, I was sure that one day I will face these kind of situations, but yeah, it just didn't happen to me yet. Yeah, now I placed my cutlery next to me just in case. I don't think he will come back, but you never know, I think.
She barely slept. When the sun finally rose, she stepped outside to a peaceful field, as if nothing had happened. But the fear stayed in her chest.
Guys, I dared to sleep like maybe 1 hour before. I was listening to noises a lot and everything kind of made a noise, especially when you're in a tent and you're just breathing, you make noises because your sleeping bag rubs the tent or something like that. So yeah, I wasn't comfortable falling asleep anymore. And I still have to understand what actually happened last night. What was that? Such a bad experience.
Later, she realized how small things added up.
Had happened, and I had time to think about how the situation came about. Yes, I was in short clothes when I talked to the farmer and his wife because I was sleeping before. Yes, I shared my social media accounts with them, Yes, I answered their questions honestly, that I was traveling alone and that I'm not married. And yes, I was super friendly as always, I smiled a lot. But they were a married couple and seemed warm-hearted, even though they should have noticed that it's not the best behavior to interrupt my sleep at 1:30 in the morning for such a long time. And still, I would have never expected him to return without his wife.
She learned that kindness can sometimes be misunderstood, especially when you are alone, far from help, in the middle of a field at night. She continued her journey the next day, visiting the mausoleum and ruins, but her mind stayed on the night before. The footsteps, the tent door moving, the man's shadow outside.
Is defined by spreading love and smiling and laughing a lot, and that's what 99.999% of the time I receive back. That's also the reason why I manage to connect with the locals so well and I get invited a lot. But I have to admit that the guidelines might save me in the next dicey situation. And I want to say that I still think women should not be afraid to travel solo. But the more risks we take, the more precautions we should take. My luggage now finally includes a pepper spray and a sharp knife. As you can imagine, my mood today was not the best. But now that I'm here, I will take a look at what I came for. In this mausoleum are the remains of Aristambab, who was the mentor of Khoja Ahmed Yasavi, whose mausoleum I visited in Turkestan. And then these cute kids cheered me up.
That night in Kazakhstan left a mark she would never forget. With that being said, let's move on to our next most disturbing camping encounter. Case number 2. Novus Wild Camper uploaded this video on December 20th, 2021. It was his last camp of 2021, and he headed up to White Edge, hoping for a calm, clear night on the Peak District moors.
Button. Hello YouTube. Somehow again, last camp of 2021, and for a change, somewhere different. So I'm at the Peak District. Been working up this way, so thought I'd take the opportunity to come and sneak out into Mesna country. Did a request on Facebook for places to go, so I've picked out somewhere.
Around the middle of the night, he suddenly heard strange movements outside the tent. It didn't sound like any animal he recognized. The sound rose again, closer this time.
Down to 1% quite rapidly, so I swapped it out. Hopefully this is recording, because I've made about 3 recordings now, and halfway through it, it stops the film but carries on with the audio, which is a bit weird. I don't know what's going on with this camera, but I don't think I'm going to be doing much more. It's about 9:30 now, so I'm probably going to hit the sack shortly, and I'll catch you guys in the morning. Right, so I've heard deer, I've heard foxes make some really weird noises at night, but I don't know if you heard that. I'm not sure if the camera picked it up, but God knows what it is. It's quite a weird guttural sound. Did you hear that? That's quite eerie. It does not sound like a deer. Definitely doesn't sound like a fox. Odd. Right, I'm going to zip up and put my earplugs in, I think.
Then it came again. A noise that made him freeze completely. He whispered into the camera, unsure if the mic even caught it, but he could feel it in his chest. For the first time that night, he wondered whether he should unzip the tent or keep it shut, hoping whatever was out there couldn't smell him.
I'm going to zip up and put my earplugs in, I think. try and get some sleep, and hopefully I'll still be here in the morning. Good night.
The growls didn't stop. He finally zipped the tent shut, shoved in his earplugs, and tried to lie still, praying he'd make it to sunrise without anything touching the fabric of the tent.
Good morning. I'm acting like I've just woke up. It's about 7 o'clock. I've been up since 5. Just trying to get some morning shots, which I posted up on Instagram and Facebook. Don't know if the camera's picking it up, but there's a very weird sounding bird. Sounds like a kookaburra with a sore throat. It's not going to do it now. It's fairly close to camp, but...
He left quickly. Some noises in the Peak District are better left unexplained. Moving on to our third disturbing camping encounter. Case number 3. On February 26, 2024, this video was uploaded by Welcome to The Woods UK. He had been building a small cabin deep in the woods, a place he thought would be peaceful and safe. That night, however, he arrived to find it destroyed. The cabin, carefully built with pallets and boards, was upended, broken, and turned strangely toward the forest. He didn't feel welcome in the woods that night. Something had come while he was away.
What the hell has happened here? Oh my God. Don't know what is going on here. This woodland just gets stranger and stranger, but the gutting thing is I was hoping to show you lot that cabin built from start to finish. It was just going to be a little cabin. Might as well show you it now. It's
Earlier he had noticed strange things in the area, noises in the dark that he couldn't explain. He checked his trail cameras and saw a figure moving in the night, emerging from the woods and triggering the camera. It was not easy to see, but the way it moved, silently, almost too graceful, was unnatural.
I found something a bit more shocking, and I was very, very tired. So I've checked him again in the van again today, and it's exactly as what I see yesterday. So it weren't sleep deprivation. There's a figure at night time that's in the right hand side of, I believe it's camera 6. Starts off, comes out of the woodland, and then all of a sudden it seems to trigger the camera again and then come back out. That again happens about a week later on camera 4, but this time it's daytime and it's a bit more explainable. I mean, it looks to me like someone's in there poaching for the deer perhaps, or doing a bit of wildlife photography, but whoever it is shouldn't be there. They haven't got permission to be there. It's only me. I've phoned the landowner Chris. He swears blind that no one else should be in there. It's quite secure as well. I've never seen anyone in the 2 years that I know in there, even on any of the trail cams. Now, trail cam 1 didn't do very well. It's definitely, again, if it's not the same person, it is a person. They're dressed up in some sort of camouflage or poncho. I mean, it looks like they've got a big beard. I think it's a man, to be honest with you.
When he went back to the cabin at night, it was pitch black, the rain falling heavily around him.
It's got darker a lot quicker than what I thought it would, and it's drawn in pitch black, inky.
As he approached, he could hear wood splitting like someone chopping with an axe. His heart raced, fear taking over. Every shadow seemed alive, and the sounds of the woods grew closer, surrounding him in darkness.
That is where cabin number 2 is, or was, should I say. You should all remember, it should be put together by now. I was proper agitated that someone's done this to that. I don't know if you can hear it. I didn't see anything, but I could hear like wood splitting, like as in like someone chopping wood like with an axe or something. I'm not entirely sure what that would have been.
That was it.
He set up alarms and cameras to warn him if anything came near, but the night felt endless.
There's us. So this is the little gadget I'm going to be using tonight to let me know if there's anyone about after dark. It's basically a gate alarm that farmers use. It's a 1-inch cartridge, 12 bore, non-lethal. There's no way it can hurt anyone unless you actually put your face to it, which in that case there's a little plate that covers it over. I'm going to strap that to a tree and then run a trip line all the way around the immediate vicinity of my camp at about waist height. If that pin gets pulled from there because of the trip line being activated, this will let a charge off and it will hopefully either scare away whatever it is that's creeping about, and it will wake me up.
Strange noises echoed from every direction, footsteps and bangs from about 40 yards away. He could feel something moving in the woods, something unseen, watching.
I've not got a clue what that noise was. There's about 8 different noises, sound like someone was walking around about 40 yards away. I had no bang off of the alarm, but definitely a banging in the woods. Don't know what the audio is going to come up like on there, whether it caught it or not, but 100% it was like at least 40 yards away.
By the morning, he was shaken. The woods that had once felt like a place of adventure had become a place of fear. That night had shown him that even the most confident camper could feel completely powerless in the face of the unknown. Moving on to our fourth terrifying camping encounter. Case number 4. On October 23rd, 2024, a man from the YouTube channel Man Dog Wild went on a solo camping trip with his dog, Yeti. What happened that night would make anyone think twice about camping.
Half decent spot right here. We can tie off to this tree. Poncho shelter down here, nice and flat. Not too much brush or nothing, so.
He set up his poncho shelter in a beautiful woodland, expecting a peaceful night. But Yeti, his loyal dog, was acting strangely right away. She seemed wary and uncomfortable, constantly staring into the woods and refusing to go ahead like usual. It was as if she knew they weren't alone.
This will be. She's not liking something in that direction over there. That was the way we went through there earlier, and she didn't want to go in front. So she stopped. And now we're back here. This is where we're going to be setting up. She's kind of just staring in that direction. It's strange.
As darkness fell, Yeti's behavior grew more disturbing. She would bark and growl at nothing, her eyes fixed on something he couldn't see. He tried to make dinner, but Yeti's unease was constant.
There ain't nothing there. What is it? She insists that we go and check out this area. Well, Yeti, I don't see much to be shouting about, huh? Why ain't you going in front? You're always in front. Strange. She's always darting off ahead, but today she doesn't want to. That lizard has another lizard in its mouth. Ugh. It's clouding over. Maybe a little thunderstorm. What is it? Jesus. What's going on? So while Yeti's freaking out, I decided to cook dinner. I've got some chicken doner and some black olives. I was hoping they'd be pipless or seedless, whatever you want to call them, but they are not. Sad times. What's going on, Yeti?
She suddenly sat up, looking to the other side of the shelter, and started growling, making him feel a creeping dread. He even heard something himself, a sound that made him as paranoid as his dog.
What's the problem? What's the matter, huh? What are you unhappy about? So all of a sudden, she just sat up, looked at the other side of the shelter, started growling, and then moved over that way. And that's when I followed her. Quite frankly, Yeti, you're kind of freaking me out tonight. Okay? Yes. So we both heard something then. Now, the problem is, the fuck is that? Oh. Thought it was a snake.
The night was long and full of fear, yet I kept barking and growling, especially once it was completely dark. At one point, she even bit through a guy line of his shelter, as if trying to bring it down.
Good morning. Good morning, my friends. It was a long night. The fun didn't stop for Yeti. She was up barking and growling a few times throughout the night. And don't know what was up with her. It seemed like as soon as it got dark yesterday, she was just almost changed mentality, right? Barking, growling. It freaked me out. So I think she's taking down the shelter. You taking down the shelter, Yeti?
When morning finally arrived, he discovered something truly chilling. Fresh footprints, not his own, were right by his camp MP.
And, that's not my track. And that wasn't there yesterday. So this is my track. This is not my track. See the different treads. Is there better ones? Look at this. See? That's not my tread.
They were clear and different from his boots, appearing exactly where they had slept. These new tracks explained everything. The growling, the barking, Yeti's intense focus on something he couldn't perceive. Someone had been there close to their camp while they slept.
Because I always look for tracks on the way in to see who's been around. No one's been around. So that wasn't there yesterday. And that may have been a reason. And that would explain a lot. See the tracks.
Yeti had smelled their presence, sensed their approach, even when he remained unaware.
What is it? See, coming through here, you can't lay down tracks because it's too hard. But she smells something. Hey, you may not be able to leave tracks down here, but...
It was a stark reminder that you should listen to your dog sometimes. It was a terrifyingly close encounter, and he was left with no idea Who or what had come so near in the dead of night? With that being said, let's move on to our next camping encounter. Case number 5. Wild Bear uploaded this on November 8th, 2023, filmed in a dark forest in the UK. She came out in mid-October to enjoy a calm night under a tarp. Rain, forest sounds, and a quiet evening. Everything felt normal, but then the woods changed.
Hello wild ones, I'm here in the forest on this beautiful autumn day in mid-October. I've got my tarp today and I'm going to try to make a cozy little home using this tree and these rocks. Oh, I love being under a tarp in the rain. Okay, we're ready to leave. So I've got my DD Superlight today. That's a 3 meter by 2.9 meter tarp and various fixtures and cordage. So I'm thinking I might try a plough point from this tree here and bring it down around these rocks. And the rocks, of course, are going to be a brilliant natural shelter as well. So I think this is going to be really cozy if I can pull it off. Let's give it a go. Woo! I think that will work. That covers the little bed area perfectly. Oh my god. I love that. Okay, let's secure it down a bit more and then we'll move in. I've got a ground sheet. This is my DD Magic Carpet. I think it's the XL. So I'm going to pop that down here, give us somewhere to sit.
While resting under the tarp, she suddenly turned off her own light. Right then, she saw moving lights deep in the forest and not shifting position. She whispered that she did not know if someone was camping or just standing there.
I just turned my lights off because I saw lights over there going up through the woods. So I'm hiding. There's multiple lights and they seem to be staying in the same area, so I don't know if they're camping over there maybe. There's not a lot that scares me out here.
The lights stayed in the same place, unmoving as if watching. She admitted the only thing that scares her out here is other humans, and the forest suddenly felt too quiet, too close.
Here in the woods, except other humans. I've watched too much true crime. I think I've decided to pack up and go. I feel really on edge and I'm quite...
She tried to stay calm, but the fear climbed. She knew she couldn't stay here anymore.
I think I've decided to pack up and go. I feel really on edge and I'm quite spooked. But I don't know how to pack up in the dark, but I really don't like it. I know you can't see anything, but I'm packing up, so I'm just going to leave this running.
She packed everything in complete darkness, hands shaking, trying not to make a noise. She claimed she didn't like the feeling at all. The woods felt wrong.
That's a shame, because that would have been a really nice camp. But I enjoyed what I did of it. Oh my god, look at these stars above. I'm going to stop here and take a picture. So beautiful. There's another light up ahead, but there's no way I'm getting out of here without at least my red light on. So it is what it is. Nearly back down now. Trying to work out the way in the dark. Not easy. There's Landy. Hi Landy. Hated that.
As she walked back, another light appeared ahead of her on the path. A single glow in the distance blocking the way, making the forest look even darker around it. She kept walking. The fear was still there, but she needed to reach her car.
It's all a bit silly, really, because those people in the woods, they probably saw my light switching off and wondered, who's that weirdo alone in the woods at night? I've got a poorly ankle at the moment, so I'm not travelling too far from my car, and I guess I'm more likely to run into other people than I am when I'm miles into the wild. I kind of take it for granted that once the sun goes down, I'm by myself, and that's how I like it. Oh.
That brings us to our last footage for this video. Case number 6, Love Sundays, uploaded this on February 11th, 2024. Filmed during a quiet stealth van camp in the woods. He went out for a simple night alone in the woods. He thought the only thing that might scare him would be the darkness or the trees. But as the night went on, things got weird.
Welcome to the woods. I mean, I am parked on the side of a road. I have parked across from a bit of a clearing. After last week's video where I had a little bit of aggro, I decided this week I'm just going to come out in the middle of nowhere so that I can have a little bit of downtime. And looking at it, it looks fine at the moment, but as soon as the sun starts to go down, I think it might get a little bit creepy around here. I'm not gonna lie, this is a little bit freaky. And you'd think the lights would make it better, but it doesn't. It just... What was that? Sorry, I got freaked out then. It just makes all eyes be on you. So if there's anything in here, there's only going to be animals and things, but you just don't know, do you? Angry badger or something, but it just might jump out on me. But when you've got the light on, and as soon as you look out there, turn your torch off, it is literally pitch black. And something could be behind me right now, and there's no way of me knowing. Oh. But anyway, I'm gonna head back to the van like a coward.
Everything was calm until late at night. Then he heard a car suddenly pull up beside the van.
Hold up. And it sounds like they're walking around the van.
So I was just woken up because I heard a car pull up, and it was...
When he pulled the curtain back to look, the car immediately drove off, almost like whoever was out there did not want to be seen.
It was at the front of the van, so I got up, turned my phone on, and filmed. And as soon as I drew the curtains back, they drove off. They got to the end of the road, turned around, and then came back and parked behind the van.
A few minutes later, the same car returned. It drove down the road, turned around, and parked directly behind his van. No talking, no engine running. Just silence and the feeling of someone watching.
Like, what, they just think that there's just some random van parked here that they might be able to break into, or... I don't know, but it's a little bit freaky. It makes me kind of like... I'm not moving, but I don't want somebody breaking in thinking there's no one in here, because that would be a right pain. hopefully I'll get a good night's sleep.
He sat still, listening. He did not know if they wanted to steal something or break in, or something worse. He thought it was over when the night went quiet again. But in the morning, when he tried to step outside, the van door would not open. At first, he thought it was jammed until he saw it.
My door's stuck. What the actual see that? I don't even think I can shut the door on it.
Someone had come back during the night and tied the door shut on purpose. When he got out, he found fingerprints around the fuel cap, as if someone had tried to open it. This made him think the people outside maybe want to steal his diesel, and he tied the door shut so he could not interrupt them.
Now this is interesting. I didn't actually notice this at the time. But if you look at that fuel cap there, there's fingerprints. So now I'm wondering, was their intention to steal my diesel? And if so, did they cable tie the doors so that they could make a quick getaway if they got rumbled? But they're obviously not very intelligent thieves, because anyone would know on these transit vans, you have to open the passenger door to allow you to actually open the flap to get to the diesel. They're not easy to cut, are they? Try not to scratch my paint. So that's the first time that's happened. What a waste of cable ties. Don't really know how I feel about that. Imagine if I still had the bulkhead. I mean, I could have gone out the back way, so scrap that, it doesn't matter. That's pretty dangerous, right? They don't know that I've...
He cut the cable ties off the doors and checked the back one too. Luckily, the back door was clear, but the idea that strangers had been touching the van in the dark stayed with him.
So it was mostly wet. What the? I don't know if you guys just heard that, but like something literally just went boom over there. Holy crap.
What's going on? What are you doing? Hey, bro. What's up?
I think this might actually be like one of the scariest camping trips I've ever done so far. Yes, I did? Oh my. So that was you that just made that noise, that hit my car. What the hell was that? Good to go. Oh, don't want to forget about these. What the hell? It came from the exact same direction. What is that? Somebody out there?
I don't feel good about tonight. I'm not feeling good about this.
From unexplained sounds in remote forests to human threats lurking just beyond the firelight, each case shows how quickly isolation can turn dangerous. These stories are a chilling reminder that when you enter the wilderness, survival is never guaranteed, and some encounters follow you long after the night ends. In this video, we examine 6 real camping encounters so terrifying that those who experienced them were never the same afterward, and in some cases, vanished from the place they once felt safe. Case number 1. On March 20th, 2018, Austin Armstrong went on a solo camping trip to Patoka Lake in Indiana. It was raining, but he wanted a challenge. He set up his tent and struggled to make a fire in the wet conditions. He worked on it for an hour, but he finally got it going and cooked a hot dog dinner.
Hey, let me just move under some trees. That'll protect it for the rain and stuff. I'm thinking maybe I can move the fire pit over here as well. That's underneath some of these trees. Maybe that'll make it a little bit easier. But as you can see, like, there's nobody here, which is good. That's what I was looking for. Just kind of getting away from everything. So yeah, set up this tent in no time. Really easy to do. Tents aren't hard to set up. Got my little umbrella right here. Keep me dry while I'm doing all this. Shoes are getting a little muddy. Ew. But yeah, my next task is setting up, I think, a fire. I think that's what I'm going to end up doing next. Yeah, it's about 6 o'clock, so it'll be getting dark soon. So I definitely want to have a fire started by then. So I don't think the rain's supposed to be any heavier than this. So it's just a light drizzle kind of deal. So it's not too bad. Like I said, I've camped in worse. But looking forward to it. So
Later, as the sun went down, he went to find more wood with his flashlight. He was far from his campsite when a loud boom and a cracking sound shook the quiet woods.
it's got a good beam on it. So I found a stack of firewood out this way. Okay, you can kind of see that light right there. So that's an outhouse. So if I follow this light where my light's going here, there's a former campfire that was over here, and somebody left a decent stack of firewood. So it was mostly wet. What the? I don't know if you guys just heard that, but like something literally just went boom over there. Holy crap. I gotta go check it out. I don't see anything.
He froze and looked around, but he couldn't see anything. He wondered if it was an animal or a tree falling. He hoped it was just something with the fire, but the sound was too big for that. He kept looking, trying to find a reason for the noise.
Hello? I'm trying to find a rational explanation too. Like, maybe it was the wood. But it doesn't look any different than when I left. And I don't think that this would make that kind of sound. What was that? I hope that showed up like on the camera. Let's see that. Okay, this is better. Come on, surely there's not something out here right now. I would be upset. Hello? Oh my god. I would be so upset if there's something out here right now. But that was a very large boom and snap. It sounded like there was something like...
He kept telling himself that it was probably nothing. But then it started raining again, and his phone was about to die. He knew that without his phone, he would have no music to keep his mind off the scary sounds. He was so scared that he left his tent and got into his van. He had gone for a challenge, but the night had become too scary to handle.
Area, no dogs, no weapons. And so I set it up against one of the tables, like one of the camping tables. So I set it up against that because it was in the middle of the road. And I look over whenever I went out to go to the bathroom or something, and it was laying on the ground. So I was like, wait a minute, that makes sense. It was just a sign the entire time. So there's nothing to be freaked out about at all. Actually, there's a lot to be freaked out about, but that crash was not one of them. I'm excited that that was only the sign falling over because of the wind and not an alternative thing. So my phone was charging quickly, quicker than it was, and I've got my Cheez-Its. I'm jamming out to my music, and this is actually going pretty well now. So more updates to come. All right, so
The forest can be beautiful, but these encounters prove it can also be unforgiving and terrifying. Next time you step into the woods, remember you never really know what might be waiting in the dark. Case number 2. On January 18th, 2024, Ian, on YouTube, decided to stealth camp in his car outside a McDonald's. It was late and he was exhausted after a long day. But things didn't go as planned.
What's going on, guys? It's been a while since I posted a video. Honestly, man, I've been pretty depressed. I've been pretty beat down, so I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna take a little vacation, but that has made me even more depressed. Without posting YouTube videos, it's just been pretty bad off. So I got some pretty cool stuff I want to share with you guys. We're gonna get it popping right now. I was attacked stealth camping the other night at McDonald's. I'm gonna show you guys that right now. That was insane, bro. It's a crazy story. But I picked up this GoPro mount at a Walmart. It's an official GoPro mount. And if you do have GoPro products, go with the actual GoPro ones, because the Amazon basic ones or some things, they're just not as quality as the actual GoPro products. This is gonna be my first time putting this on because I'm gonna go clean my car right now and I am gonna get it ready for tomorrow's stealth camping adventure. This looks pretty ridiculous, but I'm interested to see in how the footage is gonna turn out. Tonight, I will be tearing the lighting system out of my car, and I got a comment recently which said, hey bro, would you ever like seriously consider taking your car apart? I absolutely would.
Earlier, he prepared his car for the night. He adjusted his lights and ensured the inside of the car remained dark from the outside. He closed the curtains and lay down in the back, ready to sleep. Everything felt normal and calm, but things didn't stay the same.
One and a red light. Now, red light is nice because I don't think you'll be able to see this from the outside. Oh, never mind. That's definitely still pretty visible. But what about that? So I'll go ahead and take a look at my car here. Oh yeah, guys. Here's what we're looking at here. And I put my curtains up. I can't really see anything at all. What about from the back? Here's a tiny, I mean, you can see in there, but that is pretty damn stealthy. And way better than having those things in here. Because look at that light. Now you guys will actually be able to see during my videos inside the car. And then that one combined with this light here. And we got like a pretty much video production going on. So that's awesome. I'm really happy with that. Super cool. So there it is, guys.
Then, while he was lying down, something changed. He suddenly heard a sound. It was not a knock. It sounded like someone touching the door handle, slowly, carefully.
And I just hear like not a knock, but like him like trying the handle, like him pulling it, and then
his heart started to race. When he looked outside, he saw a man standing near his car. The person did not speak. He did not answer. He just stood there in silence.
This is what happened. What's going on, man? What's going on? What's up? What's up, man? What's going on? What are you doing? Hey, bro. What's up?
The silence was the worst part. Even after the person walked away, the fear did not stop.
What you doing, man? Ain't fucking weird, bro. What the hell, man? Sorry, guys, my light's on. Oh, man, I'm shaking, dude. I had my whole setup. I was sleeping back there, dude. Oh, man, he tried to open my door. And then you guys saw that. He wasn't saying anything.
He drove a short distance and looked back toward the parking lot. He thought he saw the same figure again, moving in the dark. He was not sure if it was the same person or someone else.
Man, dude was a freaking zombie, dude. I don't even have my glasses on. I can't be driving. Oh, I gotta get to a safe spot, guys. What's going on, guys? I don't even know if you'll be able to see out that far, but I was parked right over there. Man, I'm still shaking, dude. That was insane. And this guy I just heard like a hello. I was sleeping, and then this dude grabbed my door handle, man. I don't know where he went. And you guys saw him. He was like a freaking zombie, dude. There he is. There he is. I see him. No, is that a lady? It might be a woman. I don't know. Honestly, it's hard to tell. That's what stealth camping is like sometimes. Alright, that was definitely the craziest thing that's happened to me so far. I really apologize, guys. The lighting is not going to be great, but I'm just trying to hunker down and go to bed for the night. When I first started watching stealth camping videos, I could have never imagined like the stuff that would actually happen. It seems perfect, right? Like you're in your car, you're traveling, you're sleeping, you're all perfectly hunkered down, everything's going according to plan, like this is your own place. But the scary thing is you're in public, and when you're in public, you have all sorts of people around you and you can't control it. Like you never know what's going to happen. The only thing that you can control is just your own actions. And when something like that happens, man, like, of course I see thumbnails and videos of like, oh, this guy tried to break in, but mostly it's like clickbait and stories of like, oh, it almost happened and all this stuff, right? But then you get the actual stories of it happening, and that scared the hell out of me.
That night, he stayed inside his car, wide awake. Sleep did not come easily. The simple sound of a door handle was enough to turn a quiet night into fear. With that being said, let's move on to our next scary camping encounter. Case number 3. On August 14th, 2024, Camping with Angelo uploaded a video where he camped alone near the river in Wawa, Ontario. The place was far from town. There were trees, sand, and water all around. Locals said this land was old and sacred.
Alright guys, welcome back to the video, and it is now day 2. We are out here in Wawa, Ontario. Now Wawa is kind of out there. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere, between cities. Very small town, I think approximately 3,000 people. Historically, this area had a lot of indigenous people, a lot of native people that lived on this land. And there's a section of this town that I've never visited before. It is closer to the river. I was doing a little bit of research on our kind of, you know, haunted, paranormally type of spots, and it's telling me this is one. Now, I'm basically heading down this random dirt road. I have no idea what the hell is down here. It is literally called Campsite Road. There was a sign back there that said, use at your own risk. I don't even know. Something about not for general people use. I have no idea. I got no clue.
Strange sounds started, not normal forest sounds. Slow knocks came from the dark trees.
I keep hearing something down there. And it's weird because it's not like normal wood noises or forest noises. Can you tell me anything else about your visions? Sorry if I'm moving, guys. Helen. That is really weird. We keep getting the name Helen a lot.
I like the toys.
Oh man, my car's like all scratched up. Damn you, Scratch. I like the toys. What toys are you referring to?
Something hit his car, hard. He froze. There was no animal in sight. The woods went silent right after, like everything stopped breathing.
What the f was that? Something literally just hit the car. What the f? What in the... What was that? Okay, tell me there's like an animal or something. There is nothing. Nothing at all. What the f? Where's my flashlight? Okay, what in God's name was that? I don't see anything.
Later, while setting up his tent, he heard movement getting closer, footsteps in the sand, then a clear cough from near the river. It sounded human, He called out, but no one answered.
Kind of like setting up the tripod here, and I keep hearing something like, as if it's over here, coming closer and closer to me. Like, right there. What the hell was that? I don't know what that is. Okay, whatever it is now, it sounds like it's down there. What the hell? I can't quite tell if it's like an animal or something else. I don't even know. Whatever it is back there. Yeah, you know what? Let's not get too close. Let's not f with it right now. Let's just, Hello? It sounded like it was from up the river. What? Close mine. So we don't get a billion bugs in there. Dude, that literally sounded like it was from down there. There's no way. I mean, it literally just goes up the river. I mean, I can go look, but... There's no one else here. Hello? That was a bird, I think. Maybe a bat. I'm not quite sure.
A high-pitched sound came through his device, sharp and painful. Right after that, his batteries drained for no clear reason. The cold grew stronger, even though it was August.
I don't know if you guys could hear that on the camera, but that sounded like a really... There it is again. What is that? It's like a high-pitched frequency noise. Is it the aliens? What the f... I've never heard that come through like that before. That was really weird. Can you tell me what that high-pitched frequency is? And it is getting freaking cold out here. Holy crap. It's amazing too because it's August. Someone was talking with me through this. Can you do it again? Whoa.
The coughing came back from the same spot. He stood still listening. No animals moved. No lights showed. Only the sound.
It came from the exact same direction. What is that? Somebody out there? Like, could there possibly be... No, how would there be, like, somebody over there? Yeah, I'm pretty sure bears don't cough. What the hell? Alright, if somebody's out there, show yourself. I heard something over there. I will go over there momentarily. I just want to finish up here first. Man. Let's do some necrophonic first, and then we'll go down there. Okay. Let's try this.
When he walked toward the river, he thought he saw something move near the cliff. For a moment, it looked like eyes reflecting at him. His flashlight started to die.
I'm gonna go down there. So we keep hearing what sounds like something coughing down there. I swear it sounds like a human, quite literally coughing. I thought I saw something down there too. I haven't really seen any wildlife though, which is surprising. It is probably because we're really close to the highway. But unfortunately, this was quite literally the only accessible part closest to the river. Let's see if we can see anything that might resemble something that's like coughing or whatever. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't know, I don't see anything. Even my flashlight battery is starting to die now. Yeah, just switch hands here for a second. Whew. This camera's quite heavy, so it gets tiring holding it. I don't see anything. Here's the car. What's down there? What the f? There was again. Shit, my battery is dying on this flashlight. Damn it. Should have grabbed my other one. There's something moving over there. Something out there? For a second I thought I saw something over there. Oh, I actually did see something move over there. What the hell was that? Wait, there's something there? I think this might actually be like one of the scariest camping trips I've ever done so far. Just being out here alone. I literally even just spoke with Jazz and he's like, I don't even know how the hell you do this.
Then, out of nowhere, a scream echoed through the trees. Short, sharp, not close, but not far either. That was enough. He left the campsite and drove out in the dark.
Again. What the? Let's see if we hear it again. So I was just about to get ready to go. So that way I'll have enough time to film the other stuff. And also edit a video for you guys, but where'd that come from? Okay, well, it's time to drive the hell out of here. Let's just try not to get stuck. Oh yeah, Subi power, woo! Alrighty.
He made it back safely, but the sound stayed in his head. Whatever was near that river never showed itself. And that made it worse. Moving on to our fourth encounter. Case number 4. On November 6th, 2021, a solo female traveler from the Lady Bugout Channel parked her van in a quiet spot by a lake in Oklahoma. The day was beautiful, and she felt safe inside her little home on wheels. She loved the sound of the wind blowing through the trees, a noise that usually made her feel happy and calm.
This is gonna be awesome night. I'm here for a couple nights, heading up north again. It's cooler by the lake here. I'm in Oklahoma, and just wanted to show you guys what I get to enjoy for the next couple days. If I could park right up inside something. I'm so grateful for days like this, the wind, the trees, the wind through the trees. Nothing invigorates me more or refreshes me more than to have days like this. So I'm very, very thankful.
Suddenly, a loud, piercing siren cut through the night. It was a sound she never wanted to hear. A cold fear filled the van, and she did not know what to do. Her phone showed a tornado warning, and the radar showed the storm was right over her. The peaceful night had turned into a terrifying moment in seconds.
There's a tornado warning.
But as night came, the wind grew stronger. It began to howl and push against her van. She still felt safe, but a strange feeling of being alone started to creep in. She saw that the tent campers who had been near her were quickly packing up and leaving. This made her feel even more uneasy.
I thought that somebody would come around. The tent campers hightailed it out of here in the motorcycle. And so I am just going to go to a spot that I'm not so open because I'm very much in the open. So there's little lights that you see in the distance there. That is the bathroom shelter. I was outside of a clearing of trees that was near the water, which was a beautiful place to be, but I literally was the only thing out in this clearing, and it did not feel.
She quickly drove her van to a small concrete building she had seen earlier. She sat there, scared and awake as the storm passed. The worst of it was over soon, but the fear stayed with her. The scariest part was not the storm itself, but how fast it came and how she was completely unprepared for it.
Cold and the warmer air is right at the front, and that was when the sirens went off. I looked at the radar and it was right over us. So I think it was just to alert us that there could be possible tornadoes and to watch for them and to be awake. So I am now awake. So this is something that I thought I'd show because I have talked about other situations of preparedness, and weather preparedness is something that I haven't covered, mainly because I try to stay out of weather like this. And I did. I checked the radar and it said that this front wasn't moving in until much later today. It's about 2:30 in the morning right now, and the weather alert was issued at 1 a.m., 12:55. I just started scurrying around and packing up, and yeah, I think at the most it took me 3 minutes. So
She realized the real danger of the road was not always what you could see. Moving on to our fifth encounter for this video, case number 5. On August 18th, 2025, a man from the Exploring with Bear channel went camping alone in a haunted forest. From the start, he said he did not feel good about being there at all. The forest was known for its dark past and terrible stories.
Bigfoot, my boy, Dogman, and skinwalkers, or the crawlers, whatever those things are that like the caves. There's some caves right behind me here. But that's not it. I found out some more crazy stories about this place. For one, there has been many lives lost right at this location right here from people either, themselves or other people doing something bad to somebody else. There was another story from another person that said 2 guys was found naked walking down this railroad tracks right here, and when they were picked up and questioned, they said they was being held for days in the woods right behind me here. So holy smokes, originally Dee and David was supposed to be with me tonight, but Dee got sick and I'm all by myself, so I will be here by myself tonight, making it that much more scary. So here in a minute, we'll go ahead and get our fire started and sit here and just soak it in. I'm right in front of this cave entrance here, and I just want to sit here.
As soon as he got there, he heard a strange thump in the distance and knew someone was there. He started a fire and tried to listen.
There's just a thump up there. Oh. No way. No way. No freaking way. Is there somebody here?
He heard movement in the dark and decided to hit 2 rocks together to get a response. A moment later, a loud, clear clack came from the dark. It was a direct answer.
Okay, so there's a lot of rocks around here. I say we get in a couple rock clanks now and just listen for a bit. I've heard a couple thumps now. Yeah, rock clanks. That was an answer. That was a deluxe answer. Oh my goodness. That was just right over here. Hello? I could have been back here too, like right in here. Oh my goodness.
He felt a cold fear as the sun went down. He heard something moving and the sound of footsteps so close it gave him chills.
Ooh. What's that? Wow, man, something just was stepping right there, but there's nothing there. Oh, I got the chills. That scared the living crap out of me. You guys had to hear that. I don't feel good about tonight. I'm not feeling good about this at all right now. Look, there.
A weird humming sound and an alarm made him jump. But the most terrifying thing was what he heard next. A low, deep growl came from the dark, followed by a voice that said something that sounded like, "Let's get him."
No way. No way. No frickin' way. No frickin' way. No frickin' way. No frickin' way. No frickin'.
Oh, goodness gracious!
I don't think there was a person in there. There was a growl, and then it said, "Let's get him." I heard, "Let's get him." I want to have to go back and check that.
The man was filled with pure panic. He had to get out of the forest as fast as he could. He said there was no way he would stay there, not even for a second longer. He got into his truck and was too scared to even get back out.
Footage, but I'm pretty sure you're going to hear everything I heard. And that was a growl, and then right after the growl, "Let's get him." No way am I staying here. I'm not even getting back out of the truck. Yeah, I'm sorry, but you guys heard that. There's no freaking way. There could be people tucked back around that other corner, and one of them said, "Let's get."
The thought of what was out there in the dark, knowing his name and planning to get him, was a fear that would stay with him forever. That brings us to the last footage for this video. Case number 6. On September 5th, 2024, he went camping in Delamere Forest, one of the most haunted places in the UK. He heard stories of shadow figures, a werewolf, and a white lady roaming the trees. There was also a dark history of a crime in 1971, where 3 hikers were killed.
So tonight, I've come out to Delamere Forest. We're going to do an overnight camp and to see if we can capture any of the spirits of Delamere Forest.
Open the portal.
Open the portal. Is that why there's been so many shadow figures seen? Can you come and show yourself? I honestly thought somebody was going to be stood there. There's nobody there.
Darkness.
We've heard this place is extremely haunted.
Suicide.
Suicide. And the woman started crying. You heard it though, didn't you, loudly? I'm not going to be sleeping out here, mate. Welcome back to the channel. So tonight I'm heading out to Delamere Forest. We've got to do an overnight haunted camp here. This place has got a lot of history to it.
He and his friend Ming arrived late, around 11 at night, and it was pitch black. They struggled to find a flat spot for their tents. As they walked, a spooky feeling hung in the air.
This place has got some history of paranormal here, so fingers crossed. Right, so this is where we're walking down here, but we're trying to stick to the water edge, but just look how dark it is. Turn that one off. That's how dark it is now. We've got to try and set up tent in the pitch darkness. So it has just gone 11 o'clock at night now. So without a light, but we should be okay. As soon as we find a bit of flat land, get the tents up, have another coffee, and then we'll jump in and do a ghost hunt. But it is spooky out here, just walking around. We're just walking around and it's like, it has got a feeling. So yeah, let's go try and find somewhere. You might just be able to see those Mings down there.
Once the tents were set up, strange noises started. He heard sounds moving through the trees and even scratching on Ming's tent, where there were no branches to cause it, around 13:09.
Well, Ming's in his tent. Mine's complete. Time for a cup of coffee. But, Ming,
Yeah.
whilst you were building,
Yeah.
can you hear those noises going through the trees and stuff?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay, granted, it could be birds, it's animals, we're out here in the open. But doesn't make it any less spooky. With the stories that we've been reading of shadow figures moving throughout the trees, the lady in white, and other stuff happening out here. And don't forget the dog-like creature, dogman, something like that. So
Oh, yeah.
a werewolf. Yeah, so there's been a lot of reports of dog-like creature. Could be dogman, werewolf, stuff like that. It could be a black cat, big black cat.
It could be.
So there's a lot of rumours to that. So
Well, let's hope there's something.
let's see if we can capture anything.
Mate, I'm hearing scratching, and I'm not kidding you.
On your tent?
It's like right behind me.
See, I was getting like a across the top of my tent.
I mean, it could have been anything.
Well, let's go and have a look.
There it is again.
Mate, I've literally stood here.
There it is again.
There's nothing on your tent.
Nothing at all.
Nothing on your tent. There's nothing even at the back of your tent.
He's actually going round the tent now, outside. Because I can hear that scratching that's going on now.
There's nothing here. Shh. Right.
Then things turned truly terrifying. He and Ming both heard what sounded like someone walking through the brambles behind them. This was followed by the clear sound of a woman crying.
Right, so me and Ming, he sat in his tent, I'm sat in mine. We heard there was brambles breaking. I was walking.
What is going on out there?
I don't know, but it's been going on all night, that. It'll go dead silent, then it'll pick up.
Yeah.
But please, you heard that? Like, somebody's walking through this.
I did. Just let me get me.
And then...
Let me get me torch. Right, folks.
I don't know. Right, should we go and have a look? But that come from... behind us over there.
Yeah. It was definitely behind us.
Sound like somebody crying.
It did to me. It sounded like somebody crying to me, mate. Oh, come.
The sound coming was so loud, he thought someone was right there. They looked, but saw nothing. The crying sound was so real, it sent chills down his spine.
As it shook me up. Yeah, it's really shook me up. If I was out here on my own, would I be here now? No. I'd have just left. I'd have just grabbed my bag and gone. What?
Later, while Ming slept, he couldn't shake the feeling. He heard more weird noises. He decided to go out alone to try and communicate with whatever was there. He walked deeper into the forest, asking if the crying lady was there. Then a strange voice came through his device saying, "Open the portal and darkness." It even said suicide and asked if Michael died out there.
an eerie feeling to it. I don't want to wake him up to say that I'm going off and doing a little bit. But I won't go too far. I just want to go up to the road. If you want to come and speak to me. Been a lot of reports of something being out here, something haunting this forest. I've seen shadow figures running between the trees. Others have even seen what they say is a white lady floating between the trees. Out here tonight, I heard a lady crying. If that was you at all.
Movement.
Movement. Yes, I heard movement. Was it you that heard? I really do not know if this is a wise idea. Delamere Forest haunted. And that's why we've come out here to do an overnight haunted camp. To see if we can pick anything up. And going off.
Michael.
Michael. Going off what I heard earlier.
1940s.
1940s.
He felt a dark, negative presence. The experience was so disturbing that he later said that if he had been alone when he heard the walking and the crying, he would have just run away, leaving everything behind.
Totally unexplainable. 100% nobody come down because we'd have seen him. We'd have heard him. Well, we did hear something, but we'd have seen a torchlight, we'd have seen someone, but there's absolutely nobody there. Maybe the rumours of Delamere Forest are true. Maybe this place truly is haunted. By who or what? White lady? The shadow figures that have been seen? Darting through.
The forest felt alive with unseen things, and the rumours of its hauntings seemed to be true.
Me and Steve have had to part ways. Someone was just outside.
I'm looking at you, mate. There's a car hitting about up there. It's that light up there. It's
just stalking us.
You're not going to just get anybody coming down here, are you?
There's definitely something or someone.
Do you need anything?
No.
Okay.
I don't know what that thing was, but that was insane. I've never seen anything like that creature before. It's just ripping through the woods. It is terrifying.
Van life looks peaceful, but these campers learned how fast a quiet night can turn terrifying. These are real moments when people in their vans were watched, followed, or confronted in the dark. Here are the 6 most disturbing van camping encounters ever caught on camera. Case number 1. Brendan Explorers uploaded a video on March 19th, 2024 about their terrifying night in the Peak. He and his friend Steve thought they had found a great quiet spot for their van camping trip in the Peak District Hills. They soon realized they were very wrong.
Right, that's enough of a good view. Let's get that door closed again. Oh, nearly lost me nipples then. Pass, yeah?
Isn't the Slate Pass beautiful? We are at the summit.
Gorgeous.
And over there is the overexposed bomber.
Okay.
Somewhere we've got to walk all the way up there.
What's
on
that about?
ridge.
What, you said 12, 15 minute walk to Ashley?
Yeah. We're on the Slate Pass, so let's let's get some breakfast smashed up.
Yeah, let's get some breakfast on this very wonky park up, but we'll see how we get on.
I've got my air fryer on already. I'm going to be... I'm on it.
Good for you, good for you. All right, I'm going to get a bacon and cheese wrap on the go. We're a bit wonky donkey.
The start of the night was just noisy. Boy racers kept coming in and out, and motorhomes kept pulling up until about 1 in the morning, which made it hard to sleep. But this was nothing compared to the true fear that followed.
From Aldi, I've got loads of wraps, I've got some cheddar cheese. We're going to have a feast tonight, and then for pudding, I just want to look at it. An authentic cherry bakewell. Tart or pudding? Leave a comment below. A couple of mixed opinions. Bakewell said tart. Someone outside Bakewell said don't call it a tart in Bakewell. If you know the definitive answer, leave a comment below. Might be a rough night on the hillside tonight. As we were approaching camp, it looked like a storm was brewing. And I think my estimation is pretty accurate looking at that sky. Okay, to cook this chicken fajita meal kit, we're going to be using the commonly taught method, Michelin star method, of bung it all in. That seems to be the best way to go with these. And then finished on this beautiful hillside park up. I don't even remember what the hill's called now, but maybe you can see some of the lights in the distance there. We've got a couple of cars rolling past from time to time, but nothing that's going to be concerning us too much. I think get the bed set up and get ready for bed, I think. And then we'll be off to go and explore more of the Peak District and other places in and around the Peak District tomorrow. We're not going to be cooking tomorrow. We're going to be sampling some of the local delights that the Peak District has to offer. I'm going to grab a light breakfast in Ashbourne. I think that's the name of it. And then I think we'll finish the day up in a place called Uttoxeter to have a nice meal before we part ways. But that's tomorrow, so make sure you stick around for next week's video. But from this little park up, on top of the hillside... Was that a car up there? No. Unless anything else...
Hours later, just after midnight, a noise right next to the van woke Brendan and Steve up suddenly. Steve was the first to look out. He saw a shape. They both saw a bright light that looked like it was stalking them. The fear was real because no one should be coming down here so late.
More incredibly exciting happens. I guess I will see you next week. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to do the final clean up and get my head down for the night. I'll see you in the next video. Someone was just outside the van. Oh. You alright, mate?
Yeah. And there's a car. Did you have it as well?
Yeah.
Like a...
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at here, mate. There's a car pissing about up there. It must have been... They were by the van. I don't know what he's doing up there. He's the one...
Hang on.
Worrying me a little bit.
Yeah, hang on.
Well, he's got something to say.
What time is it?
You stay away from my van.
Honestly, when I heard that car go past, what were they doing?
I don't know, but we've got somebody up there who's got a big spotlight on. He's our problem, because he's just driving backwards and forwards. If you look, he's definitely got a light on there. He's sitting up there. Is there something up there?
That scared the living daylights out of me.
Well, I just banged my roof, I did then.
Jesus. So what are they playing at up there then?
Is that light up there?
It's just stalking us.
It's if it's sitting up there with the headlights on.
The stalker seemed to leave, but the worst was yet to come.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm looking at. Are you?
Yeah, like whether it's a vehicle or not. Well, it's definitely a vehicle because I heard it.
Yeah, I heard it. It was a little like Ford Connect van.
Well, why is he just stood there or sat there like stalking?
If you're lucky, if you stand here, right, you can just see one line. If I move to it looks like there's two.
Honestly.
As the night went on, the terror came back. After trying to settle down for sleep again, a very loud car noise brought back all the fear. Then a bigger, scarier vehicle showed up, a Land Rover. Suddenly the Land Rover's light went off. This meant someone was up there, watching in the dark.
That noise.
Here he is, here he is, here he is.
That Land Rover.
Yeah. Right.
They're playing music as well.
Okay, they saw me. I saw them. See you now. What I will say is we're here, right?
Yeah.
Look at the distance between the farm, right? That's a fair way, that is.
Yeah.
And it's round a bend as well, so we're looking at it from here. The light's gone off. Right.
So what would that light have been then?
That would have been a vehicle, mate. I've got to be honest, like, because that farm's quite a way away. Now, we've had another vehicle. Look, mate, look at the time, what time it is, right? You're not going to just get any...
Using his drone, Brendan tried to check what was happening on the hill. The drone showed that there was definitely something or someone up there. Even worse, the drone saw a fire.
Buddy, coming down here, are you? I mean, there's only another option of doing this, Brendan.
The final thought was terrifying. They were watched by people who drove past twice and were now setting a fire nearby. They decided to try to ignore it and sleep.
Is the drone.
Apologies if you guys can't really see much because of how dark it is, but there's definitely something or someone at the brow of that hill. Look at your naked eye at the top of that hill.
Yeah. See, it's picking up something.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, mate, it's a fire. Look at the heat off. Look at the glow off it.
What the hell are they doing setting fires at this time of night?
It's quite a big fire, that was, because it showed up, didn't it?
Car's gone past twice.
Yeah. So we have two vehicles.
Yeah.
Go past, but
what did you say? One was a van?
One was a van, definitely a little van.
Yeah.
And the other was
Land Rover.
Yeah, that Land Rover.
So conclusion in a nutshell is that we're going to carry on staying here. We're going to kind of disregard that a little bit. At least we know what the initial sound was that sounded, well, quite honestly, horrific in the middle of the night. But as Steve said, it would have been a lot better if whoever that was, whether it be farmer or friend or foe, whatever it was, at least if they'd have stopped and just said something, because we were outside the vehicles. Yeah. It might have just given us a bit more of an inkling of what their intention was, but try and settle in again for the second time tonight.
Good night, mate.
All right, mate. Just give me a shout if you need me.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, if there's anything going on, just hit the horn, all right?
Yeah, all right, mate.
That's the best way of dealing with that.
All right, I'll see you in the morning. Right. Well, I'll see you in a few hours. I'm going to get into bed. Get it nice and warm in here again. It's 5 degrees in here right now. And try and get some sleep. Although I'm not holding out too many hopes with what's just happened, but hey, wish me luck.
Despite the disturbing sounds and sights, Brendan eventually managed to fall asleep. With that being said, let's move on to our next van camping encounter. Case number 2. On October 10th, 2022, Alyssa Vanilla was alone in the BLM desert land outside Tucson. She arrived at the desert on a burning hot afternoon, trying to rest under the only tree in the empty land.
Currently camping in the desert outside of Tucson on some BLM land because I've been really excited to go to Quartzsite all year. I'm really excited to spend the winter there. But right now it's pretty much 100 degrees. In fact, next week it's going to be over 100 degrees every day there. And I'm just testing to see if I can handle it. Currently I think it's like 96 degrees and I'm parked, as you can kind of see by the shadow, in front of a tree. The one tree I found in the desert, thank God. If there was not a tree here, I don't think I would make it. It's really hot. I also kind of just needed some space to myself. I've been, oh my God, I'm getting bit by fire ants. What the hell? Dude, I was like, what's stinging me? That's crazy. Where did that come from? Okay, I needed some space to myself. I've been in the city for a few days with doctor's appointments and stuff. I had to put my rugs back in the van because...
While she was recording, an ATV came toward her from the quiet dirt road. The man riding it stopped near her camp and stayed for a long time, speaking about things that did not match the place or the situation. His behavior felt wrong, the long pauses, the way he looked at her van, the way he explained too much. Something about his return later becomes even stranger.
Yes, I am.
I'm just kind of checking, making sure everybody's got enough water. And...
Oh, okay. Are you a ranger or?
No, I just live close.
Oh, okay.
So I kind of come out and check, make sure, because I know there's a lot of people that come out here that don't have a lot.
I'm fine right now. I don't know if I'll stay here, but I just wanted to check it out and see. It's pretty hot though.
Do you do this, like, is this what you do for a living? Do you like travel around or what?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah?
Yep.
So
Gotta
how
wait.
long have you been doing this for?
I've been in the van for like almost a year, last November, so getting close. But I was traveling around in my car since 2020, so it's been a while.
So you've been a nomad for a while.
Yeah. Yes, I'm used to it.
And you're enjoying it, I suppose.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, well, just so you know, so you're not worried, I drive by, when I'm here, I actually work in Colorado. I live here, like a mile and a half from here.
Okay.
And so I kind of drive through when I'm here, just checking on people, making sure they got water, got what they need.
Cool.
So if you do stay, I'll see you again, but that's all I'm doing.
All right.
Nothing spooky.
Okay. Well.
I had shit stolen from my house 2 years ago. So 2 years ago I started doing that. I started making myself open to people that were out here, giving them my name so they knew who I was, so they saw my face, and you know what? It's worked for me. Nobody steals shit from my house anymore.
And what is your name?
Johnny. If you need water, I have a hose outside that runs all the time. You're willing to stop there, fill your water jugs, whatever you need. And those that I get to know well enough that I trust, they're welcome to actually come in and use the shower a couple times a week. I'm not home. My wife is. My children are. So if you need a shower, you're welcome to, come by. Probably would work better, since you're a female, it would probably work better if you came by while I was there a couple of times. Just so my wife gets to know you, so she doesn't think there's something stupid going on.
Right.
But, if you need a shower or something, that's not a problem. But, if you want to stop by, it's not a problem.
Okay, well, thank you.
All right. I'll let you have your evening.
All right, enjoy your rounds.
After he left, the area felt different. It felt exposed. She continued doing her laundry, but she could feel a slow rising fear, like someone was studying her from far away. This wasn't the end, because the next visitor brings a warning that makes everything worse.
So, sure enough, a guy on an ATV comes and stops by and is just talking to me about, he says that he makes rounds out here and makes sure everybody has water. I guess checks on people because he lives out here. And he was
The ATV came back. The man returned with a serious face and told her that someone was on the mountain ridge, looking down toward her camp with binoculars. But for now, she felt that the danger may not be the watcher on the hill, but someone else.
Hi.
Hey,
Hi.
so you have a guy
Uh-huh.
on the mountain up there that is watching you with binoculars.
Okay, well, that's unnerving. Well, I guess I won't be staying.
Well, it's not that you can't stay. Just, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
The other side of the mountain is safer.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
He's driving a older Dodge pickup. And he told me he comes out here and offers water
Uh-huh.
to people. But I would stay away from him. He told me he parks up there and looks around to see who might need water, who might need this, who might need that. And I was like, I turned and looked and went, well, her fucking camper is right in the open.
Yeah. So did you catch him watching me, or did he just tell you that he was watching me?
When I pulled up, he had his field glasses up looking this direction, and I was like, what are you looking at?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just looking to see if there's anybody that needs water. So anyway, he's you see that white truck underneath the tree?
I'm right in the tree view, so.
All right, come out here and I'll show you. Just so you know.
Yeah, it's also just odd that there's not really anybody out here.
Get a good description of that truck.
It was a white truck.
It's white and burgundy. Honestly, I'd move to the other side.
So, I mean, I did want to stay because it's nice out here and it's quiet, but if there's somebody watching me, then obviously I don't think I should stay out here at all.
Well, that's fine. That's your choice.
As she tried to finish her chores, the man stayed parked in front of her van, not speaking, only staring at her for a very long time. What happens next pushes her into immediate escape.
That's really sucks. It was really nice out here, but well, at least I got to put my laundry away. It's always easier to do housekeeping out in the open rather than in the city somewhere. So just finishing up my laundry and then I'll probably have to leave, but that's okay. Do you need anything?
No.
Okay.
No.
It was just weird because he said that the person who was watching me claims that they give people water who need it. That's exactly what he just told me that he did. He was just being very suspicious. And they were really, like, he would tell me something and stare at me and then take really long pauses and just stare at me. And then eventually, like, I was doing my laundry and he was just sitting there on his ATV staring at me. Like, parked right in front of my van. And I said, "Do you need something?" And he said no and drove off. It was really, really weird. It's like, I wasn't even worried about the guy who he said was watching me, which maybe that person on the hill was watching me. He was the one creeping me out. It was just really...
The moment he drove away, she quickly packed everything as fast as she could. She didn't stop to think. She drove toward town, getting farther and farther from the open desert and the ridge where someone might still be watching. That day, Alyssa had a strange realization about men.
As soon as he left, I threw all of my shit in my van. I got my solar panels, my generator, I threw everything off. I took my window covers down and I just booked it to town and drove as far away from that side of town as possible. I think that I need to rest and go to bed, and I will revisit this tomorrow. Fuck that guy, dude. The more I thought about it, the creepier he got. Like, serious Ted Bundy vibes. Serious Ted Bundy vibes if Ted Bundy was not charming and bad at lying. John Wayne Gacy vibes. John Wayne Gacy vibes if he was into young women and not little boys. The fact that he said he offers people water, but he had no water with him. And then the fact that when he came back, he said that someone was watching me. And then I asked, did you catch him watching me, or did he tell you he was watching me? And he said, well, when I drove up to him, he had his viewfinder out. And then kept telling me, you need to get a good description of that truck. Look at that truck. He was like, that guy claims that he gives water to people who need it, but I don't think so. How could you tell if somebody needs water just by looking at their camp? Sir, are you not doing the exact same thing? What sealed the deal for me is the way that he was staring at me at the end.
Later, in a safe place, she thought about the day again. The two men, the matching stories, the open land, the quiet stairs. She understood that the danger may not have been the man on the hill. The real fear came from the one who sat so close and never stopped watching her. Moving on to our third most eerie van camping encounter. Case number 3. Dr. Hannah Straight recorded this video on November 5th, 2020, deep in a silent and empty woodland area where she was camping alone in her truck camper.
So I wasn't even gonna record this video, but I honestly can't even comprehend what I saw last night. I'm out here in the middle of nowhere. I'm not gonna disclose where because I don't want a million people coming out here trying to figure out what I possibly saw. I was sleeping, dead asleep last night above my cab. All of a sudden, I heard something rummaging.
She begins the video in shock. Her voice shakes as she explains that something happened the night before. Something she still cannot understand. She had locked her truck camper like always, or at least she thought she had.
Through my cab. I was trying to be super quiet, super still. I didn't want to move because I didn't know what was in the back of my truck. And I rolled over and peeked through the window. And I swear there was like this huge thing standing there going through my stuff. I'm out here in the middle of nowhere. There's no way it's a person. I'm miles from civilization.
While she slept above the cab, she suddenly heard slow, heavy movements inside the truck. The sound was too calm, too controlled, like whatever was there knew exactly what it wanted. She froze, staying still to listen. The dark below her felt alive.
I always lock my doors at night. I must have forgotten. He must have heard me, or whatever it was heard me, because it dropped everything and scampered off into the woods behind me. Like ran. It was on 2 legs, so it definitely wasn't a bear, because last time I checked, I've seen a lot of bears, and bears run on 4 legs. So I got out in the middle of the night. I don't usually do that because it is creepy as heck when you're out here in the middle of nowhere in the dark. Door was open, and this bin was on.
When she rolled over and looked through the small window, she saw a tall shape bent over her things. The shape was wide, massive, and moving on 2 legs. It was not a bear. It was not a person. The creature rushed off into the trees behind the truck, pushing branches aside with unbelievable strength.
On the ground, the lid was off, there's food all over the ground, and I was like, oh my gosh, is this really happening? Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do right now. I just stuck around today because I want to try to figure out what's going on. I just kept my top popped down because if anything happens, I want to be able to bolt out of here with no problems. It's getting dark, and I want to try to see if I can get something on camera, like what this potentially might.
When she climbed out in the dark, her truck door was wide open on return. A food bin was on the ground, torn apart. Food was scattered everywhere. The forest behind her looked like it had swallowed the thing whole.
I don't have the greatest equipment for night shooting because I don't typically shoot at night, so you're gonna have to bear with me. I have multiple forms of protection. I don't know. We're gonna check out and see what happens. It's getting dark. This is a switch I'm gonna use if I see whatever it was lurking in the woods. I'm gonna flip the lights on, turn the camera on, and hopefully I can get it on camera.
At sunrise, she stayed in the same spot, refusing to leave until she understood what had entered her camper, but the day passed in heavy silence.
Well, I didn't get much sleep last night for obvious reasons because I had an unidentified creature crawling around in the cab of my truck. And tonight, I want to stay up all night so I can potentially catch it on camera. So I figured it's the perfect opportunity for me to stay up with my Dr. Straight instant mushroom coffee with 7 superfood mushrooms. No, it doesn't taste like mushrooms. Everyone always asks that. It tastes like a nice hot cup of coffee. And every purchase helps support this channel and helps me make more videos like this. You can find it at drstraight.com. And if you don't like coffee, no big deal. Just hit subscribe or give my video a like. That helps support this channel too. But for now, I'm just going to keep drinking my coffee and perform Operation Surveillance for this unidentified.
As night came again, she set up her camera and kept watch through all 3 windows, front, side, and door. She forced herself to stay awake, waiting for any sound, any shadow. Hours passed with nothing but darkness.
Creature. I have the window behind me, the window in front of me, and the window on the door. So I've got all angles covered. Leave me a comment below and let me know the creepiest thing you've ever seen when you're out camping. While I'm down here, I might as well mention, you might wonder why the camper is down. Well, I want to make sure I can get out of here really quickly if I need to, and you can actually sleep without the camper popped up. There's also a bed that you can lay out here. You flip the table and secure it and then put the cushions over it, and you can sleep here instead of up on the bed above. And you can still access all the amenities down below. I can access the fridge, all my storage, I can charge my camera and my phone, and I can access the heater. So I'm just chilling out here waiting for this creature to come alive. I'm a little sleepy. Hopefully I don't fall asleep and miss this guy. I didn't miss him last night. He wasn't very quiet, I'll tell you that. Must have wanted my Oreos. I don't blame him. Those are my favorite.
She explained how she stayed low inside the camper, ready to run at any second. She kept the place dark so nothing could see her. She listened for footsteps, breathing, anything. The hours dragged on, but she did not dare close her eyes.
And yeah, I know. I'm not really supposed to be eating Oreos because I'm a health professional, but you know, that's gonna be you and I's little secret. Well, it's been about 3 hours and I haven't seen or heard anything, but I'm gonna keep waiting.
Three more hours passed. The woods stayed silent. No movement, no noise. The tension felt like a string pulled tight.
Still waiting around. Haven't seen or heard anything. It's getting kind of late. Did you see that thing? I wonder.
Then something flashed across the window, fast, tall, and close. It moved between the trees behind the truck, almost like it had been watching her the whole time.
If the outside camera got it.
She checked the outside camera footage and realized the shape was even larger than she thought. It crossed the forest floor in long, heavy steps, shoulders wide, head low. Everything felt unnatural.
I don't know what that thing was, but that was insane. I've never seen anything like that creature before. It's just ripping through the woods. It is terrifying, and I need to get out of here right now.
The creature tore through the woods again, this time closer than before.
I gotta go. This is insane. I gotta shut this off.
She made the only choice she had. She shut off the camera and tried to escape before the creature reached the camper. The video ends there. No one knows what happened after. Moving on to our next disturbing encounter. Case number 4. Casey Johnston uploaded this video on March 30th, 2025, while staying in a very small and quiet town in southern Utah, where she was traveling alone in her self-converted camper van with her cat, Olive.
Good morning, you guys. I hope you're all having a lovely day whenever you're watching this. If you have seen my other vlogs, you're probably thinking to yourself, wow, that was a really short morning montage, because usually I would show you guys me making coffee or breakfast here in the van, And that is just not what happened this morning. In fact,
The morning began wrong. She woke before sunrise and the air around the van felt unusually still, as if something outside was waiting.
in southern Utah, and we have already switched spots, but the spot we were at last night and this morning was actually a big dirt pull-off off the main road going in and out of town. So Olive and I woke up fairly early. I started working on my computer and recording some.
Outside, the dirt pull-off was silent, but at around 7 a.m., she noticed a black car moving past the van far too slowly for the 40-map road. It crawled at maybe 15 mph, almost as if the people inside were studying the van. The car kept going, and for a moment she hoped it was nothing.
Footage for the vlog, and I noticed at about 7 a.m. a black car went past us very slowly on the main road here. The speed limit is 40 miles an hour, and this car was going maybe 15 to 20 miles an hour, which struck me as odd, but they kept driving, so I really didn't think much of it. Until about 5 minutes later, the same car came back down the road and pulled off into the same lot as us and actually drove behind the van.
5 minutes later, that hope died. The same car returned, pulling into the lot and drifting behind the van. 2 men were inside. They drove up a small road, turned around, then returned slowly, much slower than before, creeping toward the van as if testing how close they could get.
That we were parked in, and they got to the end of the road, turned right back around, and then very slowly started coming back down the road towards the van. So this whole time I'm sat up here in the cab area very discreetly trying to watch what they're doing out this driver's side window. But once they got close enough back towards the van, I actually moved from...
She moved into the back of the van, the only place she kept safety items. She lost sight of them there, but their presence became louder. The car rolled to the side of the van. The engine hummed directly against the wall beside her, too close for comfort.
Car up right along the driver's side of the van, and they actually honked their horn at us.
Then came the first sign they were not just passing by. The men honked their horns, sharp and sudden. The sound echoed inside the van like a warning.
Which, of course, I ignored. And after I didn't respond to their honk, one of them got out of the car and came up and started knocking on my driver's side window.
When the horn received no reaction, one of the men stepped out. Slow footsteps approached the driver's side window,
which I also ignored. And just to clarify, this was not a police car, this was not a security car. These were just two dudes in a car. So a couple minutes after I ignored the knocking, they finally...
She stayed quiet. The knocking stopped only when the men realized she was not going to answer. After a few minutes, they left the lot and drove back onto the main road.
It is surrounded by very desolate areas, so the last thing I wanted to do was immediately try to leave town, drive out into the middle of nowhere, and have them follow me. So I was looking up on my phone options for places to go, and I kid you not, 30 to 40...
She began searching for safe places to go, but this town was surrounded by empty land. Then, after 30 to 45 minutes, the black car returned. The idea of driving into the empty desert with them behind her felt dangerous.
So my brain is immediately telling me, oh, these guys are up the street and now they're just watching you. So I decided to come here, about 3 minutes away, to a local breakfast joint. I didn't see them follow me, and I haven't seen them in the hour that I've been sat here now.
Finally, she moved to a small breakfast spot in town, hoping the open space and people nearby would break whatever tension had followed her through the morning. That brings us to our fifth footage for this video. Case number 5. On August 6th, 2025, a man named Kevin from the YouTube channel Small Plots set out on a sketchy solo camping trip in Rochester. He found a spot near an old railroad track next to a lumberyard. It seemed like a good place for a stealth camp, but it was not.
I'm here at the edge of the city. It's a hazy summer day. I got my Magicycle Jaguar Undy 2.0. More on that later. You know, sometimes on days like this, it might behoove one to want to go camping. Sometimes you gotta go, you know, in the spur of the moment, and that's just what I did today. I'm getting into kind of like a sketchy industrial area here. I don't know if you're seeing any of that. It's just typical sketchy industrial area, nothing special. But there's a nice bit of woods. Not this. This isn't nice. We're not camping there. Too much poison ivy. Now down the trail, there's a lumber yard, I believe it is, that I'm going to be camping next to.
He arrived at the park, and he started feeling weird. It was strangely crowded with people everywhere. As he waited for the park to clear out, he noticed something weird. Men were stumbling in and out of the woods, walking back and forth.
It's kind of to the industrial area. But first I gotta wait for this guy to leave. So I'm gonna kind of like explore the park a little bit, and then we'll come back. I've been to this park a handful of times in my life, and I've only ever seen like maybe one other person here, maybe a couple other people. This is every park where cars have left, but I'm not even kidding you, there's just like dudes stumbling out of the woods. It's like, that's like the third dude I've seen stumble out of the woods. The first dude is now going back. First guy was walking away. That's the first guy I saw. And he walked back here, waited, was looking around sketchily. Some other dude went in the woods, and now that guy is going back in the woods, even though he was just there and came back. I feel like there's like some pervert stuff getting in my way right now. I don't know what. I don't know, I'm not grasping exactly what would be going on to where dudes are like switching places in a forest like that. Either way, I don't know how much longer I can sit here. I might have to find a new...
He saw one guy leave the woods and then go back in. He saw another guy do the same. He couldn't figure out what was going on. It felt like they were switching places or doing something secretive. He decided to go into the woods and set up his camp.
Okay, so the last guy is in his car, but he's just hanging out. I think I'm going to take this opportunity, just in case he does get out, go back in the woods. I'm going to just run and go where I need to go. He won't see me. He'll just see me walk up into the woods. He won't know that I'm about to walk down that little train track there. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take you along with me. It might be a little bit of a bumpy ride, but I'm going to make this fast. This is gonna be weird. Let's go. Poison.
He had to move quickly, crawling under vines and pushing through thick brush to get to his spot. He knew he was taking a risk, and he felt like the men who were walking around might have heard him.
Find where I'm going, and then I'll go there. That guy is still there. I can see his, I don't know if the camera's picking up on his red truck. And I saw him walking back towards this area, like through the trees. I don't know if I'm sure he heard me. That was so loud. Whatever. Hopefully he's less sketchy than I am.
Later, as it was getting dark, he was sitting in his camp when he heard something on the trail. He heard a dog barking and what sounded like a person. He stayed still, hiding in the bushes.
I'm gonna wait a minute. I heard a kid or a dog or something. Yeah, alright, I think we're fine. And hopefully I won't have to do that again until the morning. That's a pain in the butt getting through that. Eesh.
Just before dark, he saw a silhouette looking at him from the trail. He knew he had been seen. The person and their dog were looking right at him. He could see their shape against the fading light, and he knew they could see his. He felt exposed and scared, but the person walked away.
At me. Somebody's looking at me right now. Yeah, they're looking right at me. Their dog barked. I can't see him on the camera, but I can see him with my eyes. We're looking at each other. I'm just gonna like slowly go down. Somebody, they parked, walked over there. I guess they have a dog. And we definitely saw each other. At least I saw him. I assume he saw me. Doesn't sound like he's coming this way. But I was definitely seen. Okay, I think I'm good. Whoever saw me probably just, you know, wanted to steer clear of the guy in the woods. But we saw each other. I saw his silhouette looking at me. I'm sure he saw mine looking at him. I'm kind of in the only somewhat illuminated area in this little bit of forest.
But the night was not over. A little woodchuck ran at him out of nowhere, shocking him. He was a grown man, but the animal's sudden movement made him jump. It was a strange and disturbing end to a night filled with fear and strange encounters.
Towards me, chicka 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 chicka, and a little baby woodchuck started running at me, ran under my chair, and then up and into a hole over there. I audibly went like, "Wow!" Oh man, that guy was not expecting me to be here. I've never had that happen. The little woodchuck just straight ran under my chair to go over there. You ever have an animal just run at you randomly in the night, even if it's a little woodchuck? That was startling. Well, hopefully those people are actually gone, because if they're not, I definitely just gave myself away going, "Bah!" like Hank Hill style.
He had survived his sketchy camp, but he would never forget the feeling of being watched. With that being said, let's move on to our last most disturbing camping encounter. Case number 6. On Halloween night, October 31st, 2022, a man from the YouTube channel Ads Ventures went on a solo van camping trip. He wanted to spend the night in some woods that were said to be very haunted. The woods were next to a cemetery and a church where a vicar had supposedly gone mad from seeing ghosts and then shot himself there.
I can't see anything. Oh, what was that? Being that it's Halloween or spooky season, tonight I thought I would head to some woodland which is apparently extremely haunted.
I was hoping to get there before it got dark so that we could scope it out and just take a look at the area before we lose daylight, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. So apparently this little road here is the closest that we can get to the woods. To the left there, I think that's like a cemetery. So I'm just going to park here for now. Unfortunately, this is the closest that we can get to the woods. We can't take the van any further, but I will be going in there on foot.
Now it was dark. After eating, he went into the woods, ready to find a ghost. He was using a camera with a light, but it was hard to see. He had to be careful not to step on any graves. He walked deeper into the woods, feeling confident. Then he heard a strange sound. He saw a light shining ahead of him. When he walked towards it, the light moved away. It turned out to be a pay it forward card left as part of a game.
With this light shining in my eyes. So this is coming into the woods now. And on the left is the little church house. And behind that is the cemetery. How old are some of these then? 1908. Oh, wait a sec. There's 3 people in this grave. Look at the size of that. Well, obviously I don't want to be disrespectful and tread on any of the graves. It's quite hard to see where I'm treading around there. Right, so I'm just the other side of the cemetery now. I'm going to go deeper into the woods because I don't think if I was a ghost and I come out of the cemetery, why would you knock about just on the outskirts? Do you know what I mean? You sleep there all day, you're going to want to go into the woods. What the hell was that? In the woods, I've taken a different path this time. And to be honest with you, I'm just sort of winging it. I don't know where. What the hell was that? What's that? Well, I've come up to that bit where the light was just shining. What? It's moved. I'm gonna have to go and check that out. Where the hell is it coming from? This might have been what was reflecting that light. It says, if you find this card, please pay it forward to do something kind today. Well, it looks like there's some sort of drop-off down here. It goes down quite far. I mean, the last thing I want to do is stack it down a hill. There are a lot of noises in these woods, but at the same time, if I was in the woods on a normal night, I'd just think it's normal. It's only because I'm thinking I'm on a ghost hunt, so every little noise, I'm like...
He tried to go back the way he came, but he started to get lost. He felt like he saw someone, but when he looked again, no one was there. He walked further, and then he saw a person for sure this time. He stood still, trying to stay hidden. He couldn't see anything, and then he heard another strange sound.
Right, I'm starting to get a little bit lost, not gonna lie. But I think I'm gonna head back towards the way that I came, because I swear I keep seeing someone. Hold on. There's no one there. I swear there was. I think I'm gonna go this way, to be honest with you. What the hell? That is a person. I'm not even joking. What the f***? I can't see anything. Oh, what was that?
He went back to his van and sat in silence for a while. He tried to make sense of what he saw. He thought maybe it was a person playing a prank, or maybe he was just seeing things. He was not sure. He had a large cup of Bailey's liqueur before he went into the woods, so he couldn't drive away. He had to stay there for the night.
Number one, that was somebody playing a prank, a Halloween prank or whatever. And if that's the case, fair play, they got me good. Number two is the more likely option. I was seeing things, and if that's the case, you guys are probably laughing at me because You would be able to see on the camera clearer than I could. See, there's a light that sits on the top of my camera. It was shining in my eyes when I was using the camera. Even when I wasn't, I still couldn't see because my eyes hadn't adjusted. And basically to me, everywhere I looked, it was like pitch black. I could just make...
The next morning, he felt fine. He drove home and watched the video footage. That's when he realized how truly scary it was. He could see his silhouette against the dark woods, making him an easy target. He had no idea what he had walked into.
Good morning, people. I've had a surprisingly comfortable sleep. I didn't get disturbed again. What if I did? I slept through it. It's been nice and warm. I've got my heater running. So life is good in the whole...
He had survived the night, but he was left with a chilling feeling that he had been watched by something unknown. For more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button and like this video. Comment below which case you find the most horrifying. Don't forget to press the bell icon for future notifications.